oil change for me.
And feels wonderful. I don't remember the words. Welcome back to episode 7 of Nabekia. I am joined almost as always by now with Grav. And returning from the first couple of episodes, S-Type S, aka Tristy.
I think it was just the first one, wasn't it?
We did a couple of things.
Hmm.
We did a couple of vids. Anyways, what's up, guys?
Not a whole lot.
How y'all been?
Vibing.
Y'all ready for World War 3?
I am. I'm definitely ready for the ATF.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Wait, the ATF? Why the ATF?
It's not my business.
We're not gonna push further into this conversation.
Yeah.
Just know I'm ready for him.
The fifth.
Plans for Mad Max shit when the apocalypse happens.
It's about to, bro.
Oh, did you see the fucking that dude that dissed Peep and Tracy?
Huh?
Some dude named like Lancey Foe or some shit.
Okay, that's all you gotta say.
Yeah, he dissed Peep and Tracy, and so Chapo and basically all of the old underground scene told him when they see him at Rolling Loud, he's getting his ass beat.
I believe it. That'll be fun.
And then afterwards, he posted "Rest in Peace, Peep," as if he didn't just diss him.
So what's up with all like, dude? It's so. Today's such like a scary time to be alive, bro. Like.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I would consider it scary. It's just like every bit of conspiracy, quote unquote conspiracy theories that have pretty much ever been said are coming true at this point.
Yeah.
They're just coming into light, and all the people that deny them are now looking like the fucking crazies.
I feel like being alive fucking sucks. Like, there's no upside of being alive now. Like, if you look at almost any point in history, there's like the adventure, it's the experience of nature, the family aspect, blah blah blah. Like today, there's like no actual positive for life.
No, they're purposely trying to take all that shit away so that we're just fucking robots.
Like, what do we have to look forward to now? Fucking working.
I mean, the only thing to look forward to realistically, I guess, is just enjoying what you got, and then the grind to be successful enough to not have to be trapped in this system.
Like, why is that even a fucking thing? Though? Like, I don't understand. Like,
it's because there's a few people out there that got enough money to control governments, and then that's how they want it.
The fact that like we're even saying like, yeah, we need to enjoy the grind to get like, fuck that, dude. Just if it was like back in the day where you fucking do enough to eat your fucking food, and the rest of that is just pure bliss.
Yeah.
It was like, it would make a lot more fucking sense, but trapped in this big elaborate fucking maze that won't fucking change, and that's kind of gay. And the rulers of this fucking maze are actively beefing with niggas who are probably gonna resolve nuclear weapons. And honestly, bro, fuck this shit. Because
at the end of the day, it's you can hate on fucking Andrew Tate as much as you fucking want, but what dude says is fucking facts. If you grind it out enough to be able to provide for yourself without the need of anybody else, then that's the only way you're gonna be able to be free in this world.
shit, even then, it's gonna give you like
even then, because look at what happened to him. Fucking, he says something to fucking fetal alcohol syndrome child, and then gets arrested like the next day for false charges.
I don't even know who you're referring to in that, and I don't think I want to know who you are.
Greta Thunberg.
Oh,
Yeah, she has fetal alcohol syndrome. That's why she looks like that.
Jesus Christ.
Thought Shorty was like 12 for the past 6 years.
Not for real.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
No, because like if you look up fetal alcohol syndrome, every picture looks like Greta Thunberg.
It's insane. But yeah, even like getting to a point of success, all it really gives you is fucking materialism. Like, you just
To some extent, yes, but it's also the power to be able to tell people no. Like, in our situations, I mean, we're fucking wages, damn near. But if our fucking boss tells us like, hey, you gotta go do this, we don't have a choice, so we get fired. But if you have the kind of money to be able to control yourself and you're the boss, then you're free to do whatever. And I mean, if you have like the kind of money that Andrew Tate has per se, you have what? You're alive? Did it help? Okay, good.
So you were saying?
it seems like
yeah. Anyway, what I was saying, the what was I saying? Yeah, yeah. When you get like that kind of money, and you're able to, have properties and assets in any country in the world, then no country can actually, or no government can actually confine you to any of their bullshit rules or anything like that. Because if they do something you don't like, drop your assets in that country, and nothing's tied to you at that point because it's all under an LLC.
I saw that.
Fantastic thought to have. That's what Andrew Tate was preaching up and down. Now look at him, bro. Like, we can say this shit all we want, say like, oh yeah, living outside the system. But no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter how much money you have, you are still very much a part of said system.
I mean, yeah, to every extent.
In all honesty, the best system.
There's ways to live right on the edge of it, to where nobody that's controlling the system can really control you.
The best system to be a part of in all legitimacy is cryptocurrency. Remove all your assets from a fucking bank and put them into some sort of stable coin like the USDC or Tether or a stable coin as such that is always like a for sure certain dollar amount. That way your finite dollar amount that you have, and invest in others in order to keep making money, because all you need to do is remember 12 fucking words and you can have access to your money anywhere in the world.
I mean, the whole fucking central banking is just a fucking scam. Like, every bit of that is fraudulent, but it got worked into our society to be the only way and acceptable, and that's why cryptocurrency is such a threat. Which is also why they're trying to incorporate cryptocurrency into the central banking system.
Which for cryptocurrency, for anybody that knows how cryptocurrency truly works, they know that's bullshit crypto.
Yeah. Like, they tried to buy out Ethereum at one point.
That's why you can't walk into fucking Wells Fargo and be like, here's $10,000, put it all in Bitcoin for me.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the whole point of crypto from the beginning was complete anonymity.
And a decentralized bank, basically.
Yeah, but we've, with them realizing that crypto is a threat, now you don't have complete anonymity. I mean, in big enough cases, they're easily able to figure out where that Bitcoin went and find everything about you and then arrest you if it was arrest worthy. Which, I mean, I guess that just ties into, making sure you're ends are tied and not connecting yourself to your actual cryptocurrency assets in the first place, but
I feel like it's genuinely impossible to completely break out of some form of a system. That we can always give ourselves like the comfort of making it harder for people to work around. But if random motherfuckers can figure out little workarounds, the best and greatest minds in the U.S. government are probably doing the same thing. Like we're not breaking out of this shit.
But see, here's another thing is, as of now, it's the select few that are, smart enough or lucky enough, whatever, to get around it. But if we get everybody that's, not in the government or in a corrupt position or whatever to be able to get outside of it, then there's no way they can control everybody, and then their shit falls.
It's a matter of actually doing it.
I mean, at that point, that's just a whole ass fucking revolution, just not physical.
Yeah, but there'll be contingency plans in place. There'll be some reasoning like, oh, an influx in fucking drugs being sold through cryptocurrency. We're gonna halt the sale of it until fucking it's looked into further or something. Just shit.
And then there's the
but that's going to be problematic though, because they tried to shut down certain cryptos before for things like that, and it hasn't worked out because none of them are binded to any government.
No.
The
only one. The only
they
one
can restrict the sale of it in their country, technically speaking. I mean, well, sort of. You can't really, because somebody can still own a fucking VPN. But you can say it's restricted, but you can't really do shit about it.
VPN put you anywhere in the world.
I mean, the only real way to get rid of cryptocurrency would be shut the whole internet down, and they can't do that.
Nope.
That's not feasible. They live off it too.
It's just like they can't shut down Tor.
Yeah.
The U.S. government created Tor, the onion router, so they could anonymously send each other emails and messages, and it wasn't backtraced. But they also had to release it to the American population, and to not only the American population, but to the global public, just to make it not shady. Because if somebody broke in and saw it, they'd instantaneously go, oh, this is all U.S. government officials using this fucking shit.
But I mean, see, nowadays Tor isn't even worth using because they have so many. Yeah,
it's just the biggest example. Everybody that knows about the dark web knows what Tor knows about.
The dark web is not even hardly usable anymore because of how many fucking feds are on that shit.
I don't know, I feel like every single episode, I'm gonna go to default on the same.
Like, unless you really, really know what you're doing, and encrypt absolutely fucking everything with a crazy encryption, I mean, there's a high chance you end up getting caught if you do something to the wrong person or whatever.
What were you saying, Graf?
I feel like every single episode, I'm gonna default on the same point and say we're not gonna get anywhere without a violent revolution.
Oh no.
No. Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can always talk about, let everyone just work hard, okay, or just use crypto. We're not doing this shit. It's not gonna work. There's definitely gonna be something figured out to either complicate it or stop it completely.
For those of y'all that
it's not gonna change through peaceful means. Let's be real.
For those of y'all who aren't aware of how all that conversation initially started in the first place, Grav said what were we talking about? We were talking about BLM and how it was a failed movement.
It was a scam, basically.
It was. Well, that BLM, but not only that, but actual, like, the whole Black Lives Matter movement was a failure.
I mean, if you look at fucking all these, social justice movements, they've all ended up being scams. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Well, and not even that. It's that, like, they all started with a very, grounded idea, right? Antifa started as a very grounded idea. It made sense. BLM started as a grounded thing. It made sense, but then someone decided to take over and use it to make profit, and then it
I would say
went to shit.
Antifa is definitely a fucking conservative buzzword. There's no actual foundation for saying Antifa falls on. It's really a fucking. At least from my understanding, it's a belief system rather than like.
Okay, so the thing with Antifa is, yes, it was originally just a grounded belief system. But then when the whole thing in 2020 happened, there was a group, and I think they started in Washington or some shit and kind of built from there. But they called themselves Antifa, and then they started doing lots of vandalism, property damage, harming random citizens and police and shit like that. And then Antifa got a bad name, kind of like BLM.
I know a lot of people bought Antifa flags and shit, but I've never seen like an Antifa throne rally or an Antifa social media.
They really didn't do shit outside of, I don't think, like DC, Washington State, and Oregon.
We've always seen Antifa using the conservative, be scared of liberal sense rather than anything else.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's just
for every
then. That's just an easy go-to name for that kind of people, because the difference to them is like so in the same aspect, right? What BLM ended up as and what Antifa ended up as were basically the same thing, right? But the difference was BLM was mostly people of color, Antifa was mostly white people with blue hair and extremely overweight.
See, you like actually breaking it down isn't what the vast majority of that word's usage is. Like it's just anything that's left in the process typically falls into the Antifa category. Like a fucking a gay rights protest, BLM, Asian rights, all that shit. Always Antifa as soon as like a bottle's thrown.
Well, that comes from the issue where Antifa, this group that took over the idea of Antifa and called themselves Antifa, started inciting violence and riots at protests, and then claimed it as their own. So then that's where that came from.
I always thought it was interesting. It seems like an easy way to just group everything, regardless of if there is any proof of an actual group there. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just it's shitty people that want to use the cover of a movement to do some fuck shit.
Yeah. I don't know how much was real people, like real protesters doing these things. So I've seen a lot of these public videos of people at fucking Black Lives Matter rallies catching fucking undercover cops sitting there in fucking gear and shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's tons of that too. There's shit from every single side. I mean, you look at the January 6th shit. Most of the reason that it even evolved into what it was past a protest was because there was undercovers that were literally forcing people inside. Like, there's a video that just got released from all the new footage they were forced to release of a fucking undercover pulling people inside the fucking building. When somebody else was like, or some lady was like calling him out, like, stop, we're not trying to go inside, and he just kept pulling people inside and telling them to go do shit.
Oh no, that's believable. I feel like cops do that shit just to sensationalize it more.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all a ploy. It's all for the narrative.
That's what I'm saying. This system, this box is pretty.
It's corrupt as fuck. It's disturbing. And nothing's gonna change until, again, we have a revolution.
Like realistically, I know we're smart people, but if fucking three alcoholics can sit here and think of a foolproof way to break out the system, I guarantee some fucking 40-year-old man who's been doing this shit for the past 20 years can have the same idea and figure out our plan.
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of people like that. Fucking Joe Rogan had someone on the podcast somewhat recently that he's ex-military and he does a lot of prepping and he does like classes on how to prep for a bad event per se. And he ended up getting like he got like banned on Facebook and fucking all this other shit, and they called him a fucking extremist and a terrorist.
Oh, it was
Meanwhile,
the
all
dude that
he's
created
doing,
fucking Black Rifle Coffee.
yeah, and he got banned on like hella social media and shit, and they shut his Shopify down.
Yeah.
And
they shut his
labeled him a
Shopify down for
terrorist.
saying he sold knives.
No, it was for the other shit. It was because Facebook labeled him as a domestic terrorist, and then a bunch of other sites did too, because of that. And the only reason being was because he was teaching people how to, like, how to prep for survival in the event of like, a chemical warfare, nuclear disaster, an authoritarian state, fucking world dominating fucking hurricane or some shit, just anything. And they label that as domestic terrorism. And then he also was teaching like a self-defense class or some shit, and the military or the government tried to invalidate him and shut his shit down, claiming that he was teaching them classified tactics when everything that he was teaching them you could find on YouTube.
The fuck is a classified tactic?
Yeah, it was complete bullshit. But
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we can always say, like, yeah, man, we can do it through perseverance and hard work, and you can make this world work for you. Not really, bro. You need a fucking gun and a lot of angry people. That's really the only fucking way I can think of out of this shit. And that's if we don't end up in a nuclear fucking holocaust.
With just the current state of how, our government and Biden is acting, we're probably going to get there fairly quickly.
We can try again in the Mad Max world.
What's also funny is, while all this fucking chemical leaks and all this other fuck shit that's happening in our country is going on, and then on top of that, on President's Day, Biden's over there in Ukraine offering to giving them $500 million more, and then not bothering to send aid to Ohio or anywhere that's had a fucking disaster recently. He's just over there in Ukraine.
In Poland, like why the fuck is he in Poland?
He took the walk.
Oh my god, we said that at the same time, dude.
I'll be right back, hold on.
Jesus Christ. But like, no, seriously, dude, like what the fuck? Like I get on Twitter and somebody said he's thanking Zelensky for giving his son money.
Yeah.
To Poland.
Okay. Okay, indeed.
Dude, like, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at shit online. Like, Apparently, the Chinese president's like going to Russia or is on his way to Russia right now or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And David already thought of a way to fucking touch us, or at least attempt to.
dude,
I'm tired of this fucking Cold War 2.0. If we're gonna do this shit, I want them to do it like men.
yeah, but
Fucking
at the
come out
same
of
time, don't fucking do it.
like we're gonna fucking.
That's
You need
all
to
it's
stop.
gonna. That's all it's gonna equate to is that.
How long you gonna finger through the pants? Come on, be a man. Rip them fuckers down. That's the way I look at it. I mean, it'd be great if they fucking came with some peaceful resolution. I feel like.
Also, I just kind of noticed something. What's the last couple of countries America's gone to war with? The Middle East.
Yeah.
They don't really have an air force and can't fly over like we can to them.
Yeah.
I think they fucking realize that these are the dudes that can and will bomb America.
You can't really bomb the mainland America successfully. We have probably the most easily defensible country on the planet. Like,
We
the
let a
geography is
fucking
to our
balloon
favor
travel
completely.
across the country. Okay?
Huh?
We let a fucking balloon travel across the country. Okay?
Yeah, but it's not like you're recognizing that as an act of war. Like, if you were really trying to get that bitch
Still.
gone, you would have got that bitch gone. You knew it was there the whole time. You just didn't do anything about it. Like, it's one thing if it was like, oh, where'd that come from? But we knew that motherfucker was there.
Still can't believe that shit happened, dude.
That's
Life's so
just the
crazy.
government being fucking stupid.
You really think World War III might happen?
I think it's a valid possibility.
I don't think so too.
If it does, I hope that shit is quick. If it's gonna be nuclear, make sure that mutually assured destruction happens very fast. Because I do not want to stretch a nuclear war over a few years, because that sounds like hell. $3, fuck no.
I don't like this shit, dude.
It's not very cash money.
But
The fuck is Capo?
I don't know. World War III is bound to fucking happen. And now we have North Korea's fucking. We got Kim Jong Un's sister also coming out of left field saying that she'll turn the Pacific into a fucking shooting range.
That's a gangster ass
That
statement.
is a pretty thug ass thing to say. I'll give
I'm
her
not gonna lie, I'm not scared of Kim. I'm kind of scared of his sister though,
that.
because
Yeah,
she
that was
seems
pretty.
more about her shit than him.
That was pretty savage.
Like her policy, from the little that we actually can see from America, seem more extreme than Kim. I feel like she might actually not just false flag like Kim and actually do things.
Oh yeah, she's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
If anything happens to that man and she gets in office, I feel like something bad could happen to her. So we're kind of lucky. Well, not lucky, but it's better that Kim's a pussy.
No, it really is. That's the fucked up truth.
And that's the only reason that we're not in fucking war. Strongest enemy. Right? I wonder who whipped up the first punch or something happened.
What'd you say?
I wonder who would throw the first punch or something happened.
I do too. I don't think it'll be America. I think something will happen and then America will just be like, here comes the sun.
I wouldn't doubt like America's sending like a fucking political group to fucking Ukraine, and Russia says, "Uh-oh, thought that was Ukrainian plane," and then have like a few weeks of discussions until Biden's like, you know what? Finally, that's an act of war. But yeah, no, I wouldn't doubt that. This is an ass, man. An ass boy. Little ass boy.
Is there anything else to throw on before our inevitable doom and death?
Don't worry about your taxes.
Fuck the IRS. That's a good way to end this. Fuck the IRS. We will catch y'all